Well, everybody, it seems once again I get to say it's about time I got another vacuum. And unfortunately, again, this was one that I bought. I mean, it's not really that unfortunate, but or at least for every year except this year, I've been used to getting free vacs trash fines. Free vacs being the trash fines. So, like, I expect people to give me vacuums. It's definitely have always had a higher turnout of trash finds. I mean, even like the last 2 years, not including this year, um, I'd be finding stuff just driving around. I mean, like the last 2 years, or let's just say for like last year as an example, um, I would have found more vacs, or I probably found more vacs just randomly driving around, like just minding my business, than I have actively searching this year during trash days. So, and it's not like I know the fact that I haven't gone trash picking actively hasn't helped much, but it certainly shows from what I just pointed out that it seems the amount of vacs in the trash are dwindling, or the scrappers are getting their greedy little hands on things faster. But anyway, I definitely probably would say that this year the amount of vacs I've purchased has increased. The amount I've paid for them probably hasn't really gone anywhere, though this has probably been the most pricey year for vacuum purchases. But as I just said, I it's not like I spend any more for vacuums than I have. The most expensive vac I probably bought this year was $40. And there was maybe I think there's like four of those, and that was it. And most of and actually, yeah, a couple of those actually repaid themselves from the vac guy when I bought all those Royals and everything. Extra stuff. Side note. So I mean, if I find a vacuum for cheap, I don't see a problem getting in unless I don't have any money in my pocket, or all my cars need gas and all that money in my pocket's going to that. Um, and I've been eyeing this and a Hoover 16-gallon shop vac, the two tank system, for a while, and I kept telling myself to blow off the Hoover thing because that was $20 better spent. Then I saw this one and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I remember, I worked at the rec center, right here in West Bloomfield, with my demolition buddy. We had to remove some small piping and stuff in there, and needed to clean up a mess that fell from the drop ceiling. And they had an even older one of this, I believe, which was white. I believe the older ones are whiter. That's what I was saying by I believe. And so it's like, oh, that's really cool, you know. So I mean, it's I've been trying to grow my vintage shop vac collection if I can. It's not like an active thing, but I see something cool like this and it's a reasonable price. Yeah, I'll pick it up. You know, it's worth it. Because you never know when you might see something like that. Same with, I'll probably get that vac someday, and that's probably already considered a vintage shop vac. That's at least late 80s Craftsman. But that one's got a really strange problem. After maybe less than 20 seconds of running it, it sucks the float up and, of course, loses suction. But the filter is clean. There's no clog in the thing. It works fine. Can't figure that anything out for the life of me. But anyway, so I picked this 12-gallon wet dry shop vac up for $20, if I didn't say that already. And of course, it stands the test of time. This thing is like immaculate. I mean, I figured it'd be in decent shape just from the pictures, but like it was not like an old. I wouldn't want to call the guy old and like be offensive to him. Not like he'll be watching this, but I mean, he was an older man and his wife, and I get the damn top off the thing. I mean, like, that's how he took care of the thing. Look at that filter. The filter's like, I think he said he replaced the filter in the 90s. Amazing. I mean, I can't even take care of my vacuums that good. My shop vac's that good. But I guess I'll have to try it with this one. They said it's in immaculate condition. Now, I don't think the hose is original, because at least I know the machine that I used, the white one, had one of those springy kind of shorter hoses. I don't think it was spring reinforced. That snapped in here, hence the little thing had this little lip on it, and that's kind of what the hose in the owner's manual looks like. But either way, that hose works. You can also, of course, use the 1 1/4 with the adapter thing on it, which it actually has the original adapter in there for the 1 1/4 hose. As usual with an older vacuum, an appropriately length cord. 3-prong back then. I guess they thought they needed it. What else? What else? On to the attachments, I guess. The nice older Craftsman longer wands, and this nozzle is probably like the thing that looks like it's had the most use. I don't think that's the original. Let's see if you can see it. I don't think that's the original shape of that thing. I think this thing has gotten so worn. It used to be like that one, the square thing, and it just like got so worn. It's all rounded, which is kind of how my dad's one of the basements turned into, because that thing got used in the garage and on the basement floor for a long time, and it's starting to look like that one. So I think that's like probably the thing with the most use on this thing. Original owner's manual. Apparently they even gave shop vacs a name back then. It's not just a 12-gallon wet dry vac. It's called a home and shop vac. Very cool. Apparently these were optional yet original attachments. A floor nozzle with a brush and rollers on it. Very cool. Squeegee. I think that was original. Like came, because in the owner's manual there's a section for optional accessories, but I'm assuming the squeegee came with it. Unless maybe the only thing that came with it was that. And everything back then was optional. I mean, I know today you get like the whole kit. You get the squeegee, you get the crevice tool, you get the car or blower brush, and sometimes you even get a brush. Of course, this, I'm assuming they bought this afterwards, because this looks like the original type from the 80s. Very cool. I didn't. The first one I looked at it, I thought it was a crevice based on like how skinny it was. And I realized it was an old style of the utility nozzle brush. I'm assuming they bought that afterwards. Back of the owner's manual says it was printed in 81. Yep, printed in 81. So I'm assuming the machine is within 2 years of that. Either way, that's still pretty cool and old. So yeah, there we have it. And since like my memory is shot for the day, I can't remember at the beginning of this video if I talked about how I was interested in or had been watching a 16-gallon Hoover shop vac. Well, since I bought this one, I figure I might as well call them up and get that one. It's probably not going to be in pristine shape, but I intend to put that one to good use. So, I mean, I guess if I get that one, I'll do a video on that too. Well, everybody, it seems once again I get to say it's about time I got another vacuum. And unfortunately, again, this was one that I bought. I mean, it's not really that unfortunate, but or at least for every year except this year, I've been used to getting free vacs, trash fines, free vacs being the trash fines. So like I expect people to give me vacuums. It's definitely have always had a higher turnout of trash fines. I mean, even like the last 2 years, not including this year, I'd be finding stuff just driving around. I mean, like the last 2 years, or let's just say for like